Why would a monk choose to journey deep into a dense, ancient forest, far from the familiar noises of the world, seeking a realm of absolute silence, where even the daytime feels like dusk? What profound yearning draws a soul into such a profound void? And what happens when the very silence you seek echoes with the deepest, most personal wounds of your past, forcing you to confront the ultimate truth of your existence? Today, we journey into a poignant Buddhist Zen story that unravels the profound connection between personal loss, the fear of nothingness, and the ultimate discovery of our true, spiritual home. We'll witness a young monk, haunted by his orphaned past, find a revolutionary insight about belonging from the most unexpected teachers, the very trees of the forest. This isn't just a tale of ancient wisdom, it's a direct, transformative guide for anyone grappling with feelings of loneliness, loss, or the daunting immensity of existence. Prepare to discover why embracing your deepest vulnerabilities can lead you to an unshakable sense of belonging, and how the act of seeking can, paradoxically, make you stronger than you ever imagined. Chapter 1. The Void of Loss. Echoes in the Deep Forest. Once upon a time, deep within a dense, ancient forest, so thick that even the daytime struggled to penetrate its canopy, a young monk was walking along a narrow, winding path with his revered master. The forest was an embodiment of absolute silence, a profound stillness that resonated with the very quietude of the universe. This was precisely the kind of environment monks sought for deep meditation, far from the distracting noises of the worldly realm. As he walked, however, the young monk, usually serene, felt a peculiar, unsettling void opening inside him. This was not the nourishing emptiness sought in meditation, but a personal, aching void, he mused, as if speaking to the silence around him. For everything outside, there is something inside, and the void which the monk felt within him, born to complement this deafening silence outside, was something he had not experienced in this way before. It felt overwhelming. As he walked along with his master, his eyes fell upon the colossal trees which were so tall, so old, so ancient. This forest was truly untouched, virgin, its wisdom seemingly immeasurable. As he looked at these timeless giants, the monk suddenly remembered his childhood days. He remembered how he once had a family, a father and mother right beside him, pampering him with boundless love and care. Never before in his life had he ever imagined that he, a prince of his own small kingdom, would one day become a monk, walking along with his master, deeper and deeper into the silence, into what felt like an immense nothingness. He recalled, with a visceral pang, how he had lost his father and mother in a brutal civil war. He was an orphan. To have everything, love, family, status, and then be reduced to nothing in an instant was something that the monk had experienced in real life. Today, in the profound, almost oppressive silence of this lonely forest, he felt the very same void in him as if he were walking deeper and deeper into the terrifying nothingness which had haunted him at the time he lost his family. The nothingness of existential loss. The master, attuned to the subtle vibrations of his student's mind, looked at him. He could clearly see that the young monk was lost in profound, melancholic thoughts. The master, with immense compassion, gently asked the monk what troubled him, breaking the silence with kindness. The monk, with a palpable sense of uneasiness, confessed to his master how these very forests, with their deep silence and imposing trees, reminded him of his painful past. He explained how every passing tree seemed like a stark reminder, a second of the fateful day that he lost his family. He lamented how the void he felt during that day, the emptiness of loss, was something far less than what he was experiencing today, as if this entire forest, this overwhelming nothingness, was ceaselessly reminding him of the fact that he was an orphan, all alone, truly lonely, and utterly without help. This profound distress, this emotional entanglement with nothingness, was not a good sign for the master. For monks are supposed to dive into the ocean of nothingness and get nourished by the calmness and serenity which nothingness holds. The master had often told the monk to go to sleep each day as if this were the last one, making friends with nothingness, death, and that teaching had helped him all his years to approach death and impermanence without fear. However, these lonely forests and their ancient trees, in their profound silence, brought with them an aura of divine nothingness which the student was now being overloaded with. Unable to process its immensity, Buddhist insight. This opening establishes the monk's deep dukkha, suffering, stemming from the trauma of being orphaned and his existential fear of nothingness. His initial piece is disturbed by the void, highlighting that true understanding of sunyata, emptiness, nothingness, is not just intellectual but experiential. Confronting personal attachments. His past loss is a form of viparinama dukkha, suffering due to change. The master's questions are upaya, skillful means, to bring the disciple's unconscious suffering to conscious awareness. The contrast between expected monastic peace and his internal turmoil sets the stage for a profound lesson on anatta, non-self, and embracing the void. Chapter 2. The Orphan Trees, a Mirror of Existence. The master, seeing the profound distress and emotional overload in his student, sought to transform his perception. Instead of directly addressing the monk's personal grief, he made the student look intently at the colossal trees around them. He asked him a profound, symbolic question. Tell me, my student, these trees which stand tall and majestic in this forest, are they living with their parents? Or are they orphans, standing alone forever? The monk, initially trying hard to guess the right answer, looked closely at the trees. He observed them meticulously. Each tree stood all alone, without any obvious father or mother tree right beside it. And so, the student, based on his literal interpretation and his own experience, told the master, "Master, these trees look like orphans, standing alone and separate. Are you sure?" asked the master again, gently challenging his perception, urging him to look deeper, beyond the superficial appearance. The monk, now growing apprehensive, looked even more closely, his gaze searching for a hidden truth. He came to a new, more profound conclusion. The roots of these trees went deep, deep down into the earth, seeking something vital there, a hidden nourishment, while at the same time, their branches spread wide and reached higher and higher into the sky. Seeking something up higher, a boundless light, the student replied, his voice filled with newfound insight, "I don't know, Master. I just feel this tree runs deep into the earth and reaches high into the sky. It is deeply connected, yet also reaching for the unknown." The master smiled, a radiant, knowing smile, and the monk, observing that smile, suddenly got the profound message. A wave of understanding washed over him, a smile appearing across his own face. He grasped the true meaning of his master's question and his own answer. As if he could hear the divine voice of his master saying loudly to him through the very clouds, through the rustling leaves, through the quiet of the forest, "Look at these trees, monk, look at them so closely. Each moment, their roots go deeper into the earth, seeking something profoundly essential down there, sustenance, grounding, connection to the source, while at the same time, their branches go higher and higher into the sky, seeking something up higher, light, expansion, transcendence." You can clearly see this tree is constantly seeking something. It wants to know and find out something through its roots in the earth and its branches facing the sky. It is looking at all three realms, below, within, and above, for the answer. It wants to know if it has a father or mother waiting somewhere, or whether it is truly an orphan, fundamentally alone. You say he is an orphan? Probably he is. And this, my dear monk, is precisely what makes him seek his home. His true home, his ultimate source of being. He does not know it yet. But look at the process. He tries to find, and in the process of finding, he becomes bigger and bigger, stronger and stronger, serving his own creator by fulfilling his destiny as a magnificent tree. He is an orphan, and that very orphanhood fuels his growth. The master then turned to his student, his eyes full of compassion. "You, my dear monk, you are also an orphan, just like all the trees here in this vast forest. Like them, you have lost your original home, your conventional family. But this very orphanhood, this profound void you feel, is also what makes you seek your true home, your ultimate reality. Let's sit with them, these magnificent orphan trees, and meditate together. Let us find our true home. We might all be going to the same home, and we all, in our essence, are orphans seeking that ultimate source. Let's carry on with our journey, embracing this profound truth." Buddhist insight. This is the core teaching. The orphan trees are a powerful metaphor for anatta, non-self, and the human condition. While physically separate, their roots and branches represent deep interconnectedness, pratitya samutpada, and spiritual seeking. The master skillfully uses the external world to reflect the internal state, transforming the void of loss into the void of sunyata, emptiness, which is not nihilism, but the ground of all being. The idea that orphanhood fuels seeking and growth, he becomes bigger and bigger, stronger and stronger, is a profound reinterpretation of suffering, dukkha. It turns perceived lack into inherent drive, emphasizing virya, right effort, born from a deep existential quest. The monk's ultimate smile signifies his vipassana, insight, achieving nirodha, cessation of suffering, from his past trauma by seeing its true nature. Conclusion. Finding your true home in the boundless void, the path of conscious seeking. The profound Zen parable of the orphan trees is far more than a simple story about nature. It's a living testament to the transformative power of understanding our own perceived vulnerabilities, embracing the vastness of existence, and discovering an unshakable sense of belonging in the most unexpected of places. It challenges our deep-seated human fear of loneliness and nothingness, revealing that within our deepest voids lies the very fuel for our greatest growth and the path to our true spiritual home. Key learnings for your personal Buddha story. Orphanhood is a catalyst for seeking, anatta. The feeling of being an orphan or experiencing profound loss can be a powerful catalyst for spiritual growth. It highlights the illusory nature of external attachments and prompts a search for a true, ultimate home within. Application. If you feel a void or a sense of not belonging, instead of trying to fill it externally, see it as an invitation to look inward. Use this yearning as fuel for your spiritual journey, recognizing that it's a universal human experience that pushes us towards deeper truth. Embracing nothingness, sunyata, as a source of nourishment. The monk's initial fear of nothingness transformed into a source of nourishment and calm. True emptiness is not absence, but the boundless ground of being. Application. Practice meditation, dhyana, that allows you to simply be in the silence and stillness. Don't fear the void of your mind, allow it to settle. This cultivates samatha, calm abiding, and a profound sense of inner peace that is not dependent on external stimuli. Growth through seeking, virya, the trees, the orphans, grew bigger and stronger through their constant seeking, roots seeking nourishment, branches seeking light. This illustrates that growth is an active process, often fueled by what we perceive as lack. Application. Frame your challenges and unanswered questions as opportunities for growth. Approach your life with a spirit of constant inquiry and diligent effort, virya, knowing that the very act of seeking strengthens you. Interconnectedness in solitude, pratitya samutpada, even in the profound solitude of the forest. The trees are deeply connected to the earth and the sky. The monk realizes he is an orphan, like them, yet part of a larger, interconnected whole seeking the same true home. Application. Even when you feel alone, remember your interconnectedness with all beings and nature. Solitude is a path to deeper connection, not isolation. Your personal quest is part of a universal journey. True home is within. Nirvana, the ultimate home, is not a physical place or a particular relationship, but the state of liberation, of perfect wisdom and peace found within oneself. Transcending the cycle of dukkha. Application. Understand that external circumstances will always change. Cultivate your inner sanctuary through mindfulness, meditation, and compassion. This inner home is always available, offering unshakable peace and belonging, regardless of external turbulences. The Buddha's profound wisdom, beautifully illuminated by this Zen parable, invites us to cultivate a mind that is open to the vastness of existence, a heart that embraces its vulnerabilities, and a spirit that finds its true, eternal home in the boundless depths of its own being. This is the essence of your authentic Buddha story. Thank you so much for watching, and may you always carry the profound peace and illuminating wisdom of these stories within your heart. Join our growing community by liking this video and subscribing to Buddha Story, where ancient wisdom beautifully meets modern mindfulness. What orphan quality or feeling in your own life are you ready to embrace and transform into a source of strength and seeking this week? Share your reflections and experiences in the comments below. Until our next encounter, may your path be filled with profound peace, deep understanding, and the radiant light of your own awakening.